everyone, and welcome to the Trending in My Life podcast, episode 50. If not today, when? That's the topic this week. We so often end up putting things off. Sometimes it's not intentional. We get busy, they just get pushed to the back of our heads, but they are still there. And when you stop and think, you suddenly ask yourself, how long has it been since you planned to do that? And good grief, are you never going to get started? Well, the answer to that is start today. In some small way, make one step towards the thing you've been putting off. I know that when I started my YouTube channel, it was a year before I actually started from the point I thought about starting a channel. And it was that I was on holiday and I had lots of free time, and I started thinking what I wanted to do with my life, and I started making plans and putting down things on paper, doing lists. And then I got back from holiday and I'd bought special notebooks, 4 notebooks, and written notes in each one for each aspect of a thing that I wanted to do. And those notebooks just got put away in the cupboard and didn't get brought out again. And I got busy with work and with life. And yes, it was a whole year later when I was on holiday again that I realised I'd done nothing about them. And that was when I got back from that holiday and decided I would do something. I would do it today. At the moment, I'm trying to learn things on YouTube about growing my channel, and I'm making a point of watching a video about that each evening. And it's funny, I'd subscribed to 1 or 2 channels that deal with videos like that, and they were coming into my feed. I was just thinking, oh, I'll watch that tomorrow. Oh, I'm uploading, I don't have time now. Oh, I just need to check my stats. And eventually I was never going to watch anything. And I thought, well, if you want to grow your channel, you do have to learn little things that will help you with that. So it was last weekend I resolved that I would do that, and all the past week I've watched 1 and sometimes even 2 videos in the evening that will teach me little bits and pieces that will help me grow my channel. You might have been putting off learning a language, or doing a woodwork or pottery course, or deciding to go back to uni and finish a master's degree or something like that. You might even want to travel to another country but not be able to afford it, and with a bit of research you may find that they're looking for people to help out somewhere in exchange for accommodation. It might be sort of hospitality work, like in a bar, or cleaning chalets in the mountains, or it could even be helping children learn English. And by doing enough research, you might find that it is possible to do something that you thought it was just not going to happen, and you might be able to work your way towards that. So start that research today. I often find I feel like there aren't enough hours, and I think a lot of us have trouble fitting everything into our lives. That you think, well, I just can't take on another thing, another interest, another course, another anything. The thing is, maybe you can spare 15 minutes. That doesn't sound very much. And then when you start using that 15 minutes for whatever you're interested in doing and have been putting off, then you might end up thinking, oh, well, actually, I could stretch this to half an hour. Actually, I could do this more than once a week. I could do this research every evening just for half an hour. And it puts you in motion. It puts you moving forward. It puts you on the road to wherever you want to be, whatever you want to do. You're no longer static, you're no longer frozen in space, and that's a good thing. You're moving towards what you want to do, and that's it. Just start today, because otherwise it's when. If you're not going to do it today, when? And then you might say, oh well, next Monday. Next Monday rolls around and you completely forget about it, and someone says to you, have you started that then? And you're like, oh, I forgot, I'll do it next Monday. And next Monday becomes next Monday, becomes next Monday, becomes never. So that's it. You have to just start today, because if you start today, no excuses, start today, start now, and you'll feel a lot better because you'll no longer be putting it off. It'll no longer be that nagging in the back of your brain thinking, you still haven't done that. Don't you want to do that? Well, yes, I do, but there's no time. Well, there's a little bit of time. There's a moment here and there, and they all add up. And maybe just when you're travelling, you could research something on your phone. There's always a moment that you might be able to use just for you. And I mean, the one that we're all guilty of and millions of people do is the whole diet and exercise thing. It's always like January comes around and everyone is going to eat healthy and exercise, and then February comes around and lots of people have fell off the wagon and they're no longer going to the gym, and it's winter time, and big puddings and hot chocolate seem to be very, very attractive, and they haven't got much willpower and they can't resist. So the whole diet and exercise thing kind of slips away. It's too cold to go jogging this morning, I'll go tomorrow. I haven't got time to go to the gym, I'm late getting to work, I'll do it this evening. Except you don't, because the trains are cancelled in the evening and you just don't have time. There's that thing again, there's never enough time. So even if you fell off the wagon, if you still want to lose weight, then today, start. Start today and throw the chocolate and the cake in the bin and put it outside in the dustbin so you can't be tempted, and go to the supermarket and buy fruit and veggies and fill your cupboards with healthy things so that if you're hungry, that's the only thing there is, so you eat it, and gradually you become used to it. And then it becomes your new normal, and you won't even think about it, and you'll be losing weight and you'll be happier because you're getting towards your goal. And exercise is one of those things where maybe it's too expensive to go to a gym, and maybe you just don't feel you have the time. But try and fit things in on the way to work, on the way home from work. That whole thing about get off the transport one stop earlier, one bus stop earlier, and walk that bit further. And then maybe 2 stops earlier and walk a bit further. And then when you go and catch a bus, don't catch it where you usually catch it. Walk to the next bus stop. And gradually, a bit at a time, you're getting fitter. You take the stairs instead of the elevator. When you're waiting for the kettle to boil, or you're waiting for the microwave, just kind of put your hands on the kitchen counter, step a little bit back and kind of do press-ups on the counter, just pushing down and pushing back up again, just for the time it takes for your meal to be ready or your kettle to boil. It all helps, all those little things. Maybe you've been thinking of asking somebody out, whether it's a boy or a girl, and you keep putting it off and you're afraid of the rejection, so you just keep looking at them and thinking how wonderful it would be if you could date them, and the weeks turn into months, and the months will turn into years if you're not careful. Why not make it today? Ask them today, because at least then, even if they say no, you're not going to waste another day, another week, another month thinking, what if? You'll know. So make it today. It might be that you're already in a relationship, but there are things that you're not happy about, but you're not talking about them, and you can't expect your partner to be a mind reader. So maybe it's time today to just raise the question, bring up the topic, and talk about it. You might be surprised They might be pleased that you want to talk about it because you've been a bit distant and they wonder why. Now they understand. More communication and it'll help make it clearer. Then you can work it out together. It might be a work issue. You might feel that things aren't exactly how you want them to be at work. You feel like you're undervalued, not appreciated, and you decide that you really want to ask those questions or say that you would be happier in a different department. And the thing is, you might not get the answer you want, but you'll know that wherever you work is not going to be the place you want to stay, or it'll be an adjustment to your mindset. Okay, I really like working here, so what could I do to make myself feel better about what's going on? Maybe say no occasionally. If you're given too many tasks and feel you're working so much harder than everybody else, maybe say, well, I'm really snowed under at the moment. Perhaps someone else could take up the slack and help you with that. And then the next time you might agree to take it, but just don't say yes every time. Say no occasionally. Say no because today is the day that you decide not to be taken advantage of. If you really can't take one step towards whatever you want today, then at least set an exact date and do it on that date. No excuses, no backing out, you actually do it. Because then the if not today, when becomes an exact time, something you cannot get out of, something you must do, because otherwise it's a never. It's you always putting it off. And sometimes it's something that really matters to you, and you will feel so much better if you take that step, if you are taking action to make things better, to reach whatever you want. You may find when you take action that friends and relatives will be saying, "What's the matter with you? You don't usually do that," or "Why are you doing that? You don't do that." The thing is, they have to get used to the new you. Yes, you do that because it's what you want, and you're working towards what you want in your life. Well, I hope you take action today to bring you closer to all the things you want. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and please comment below if you decided to take action and start things today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and come back next time. Bye for now.